Our next award is the Passionistas Persist Vanguard Award, which honors a woman who's leading the way in the development of ideas and building communities. The award will be presented by Julie DeLuca Collins and Dali Rivera, who nominated this year's honoree. Julie is the founder and CEO of Go Confidently Services and the host of the popular Casa de Confidence podcast. Dali is the creator of the Diversity and Anti-Bullying Academy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Julie DeLuca Collins, and I am here with my friend Dali Rivera to honor our friend and colleague, Danay Escanaverino. She is being honored with the 2022 Passionista Persist Vanguard Award for her great work celebrating, elevating, and connecting people in the Latin community.
Danay Escanaverino is an award-winning Latina serial entrepreneur. She's a speaker and a community builder. As CEO of boutique digital agency LunaSol Media, she connects brands to Latino consumers, delivering millions of leads and sales to her clients. A Cuban immigrant and the daughter of a political prisoner, Danay is fiercely passionate about elevating the Latino community. As founder of Latina Meetup, she has introduced thousands of Latina brands to millions of consumers. And as a founder of AMIGOS, she has facilitated hundreds of job recruitments, grants, scholarships, and other resources for Latino professionals. Danay is a board member of Latinas in Business and is a mentor for several accelerators and Latino youth programs. She's pretty amazing.
Danay, congratulations, and thank you again for all of the work that you do on behalf of Latinas and women overall. You embody this award, so thank you for being here.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Dali, for this gorgeous award. And thank you to the Passionistas Project. I have to tell you that, when you do stuff that you're so passionate about and you get recognized, it's just that much more amazing because it means that people get it. People get the impact of what you're so passionate about. And so I'm absolutely humbled, especially being presented by two women that I am so much a fan of. I'm super thrilled. Thank you so much for this award. I'm absolutely humbled and very happy to receive it. Thank you.
Well, again, congratulations. What are you passionate about?
I am passionate about Latinos, Latinidad, the Latino community, and specifically about us being unified in supporting each other. And that's my thing. I'm an immigrant. I came from Cuba when I was a little girl. My dad was a political prisoner. And, even though in the last, probably since the 2016 election, right, where the conversation about Latinos turned really sour, and it was all about how we were a drain on the economy and a drain on the immigration system. And that's not what I grew up with. I grew up in Miami in thriving neighborhoods, businesses. We make the economy go. We've brought the economy back from the last two recessions. And so we lead in job creation, we lead in business creation, we lead in entrepreneurialism. And so I just want to continue to change how we talk about Latinos and how we support each other as a community. And so I'm super passionate about that. And that's kind of why I do the things I do. That's why I'm really big into community and making sure that we foster opportunities for Latinos to lead and Latinos to help each other out.
What does the power of Passionista mean to you?
The power is in the name, right? So when you're passionate and you're led by that passion, I think that just translates into power, and it's up to you how you want to use that power. So really, it's all in the name for me.
Why is it important for women to lift each other up?
Because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? And nothing against men. I have some amazing men in my life that I have a lot of respect for. Heck, my best mentor was my big brother, right? But they navigate through life with a totally different lens. Everybody has a different lens based on so many different variables, right? And so you don't know what you don't know. It's like my kids. My kids don't know what it's like to be poor. My kids don't know what it's like not to be able to pay for your light bill, right? And so I can tell them as much as I want until I'm blue in the face about what it was like growing up without anything, but they'll never know. And so that's kind of the same thing with men. Men just don't know the challenges that women face. They can be great allies, but you don't know what you don't know. And so because we are women, we have that in common. We understand those challenges that we face, whether it's misogyny, whether it's, pay inequality, all of the different wonderful challenges that women face. So it's up to us to help each other out. It's up to us to elevate each other and really walk that walk with each other, because nobody else is going to do it. So it's our responsibility, and we need to take that responsibility and really help each other out and, be sisters and do our thing for each other, help each other out.
Could you talk a little bit about the actual work that you help and that you do on a day in and day out to elevate the voices, to elevate the community, and to really push forward initiatives that help to support the Latino community?
First, let me tell you a little bit about what I do for a living. I own a digital agency. I've been in digital marketing for over 25 years. I joke that I'm a digital dinosaur, but really I am. And so I have the privilege of working with brands to connect them to multicultural consumers, mostly Latino consumers in the US and in Latin America, also in Spain and Portugal. And so I have this point of view that's very different, because I see, being that I have to deal with the data, I see just how important we are as a demographic, right? We represent over 2 trillion in GDP. 2 trillion in GDP. We create the GDP of a country, and not even a developing nation, like a full-on country. So when I see those numbers, right, and I see what we represent, and, I do a lot of work with market research and to make, basically because we want to make sure that our clients know how important it is to work with us. I see that, and it just fuels me. It absolutely fuels me, because I know most Latinos do not know this information, right? Again, the narrative has always been pretty damn negative. And it's just gotten worse since that election. So I really, really wanted to make sure that, number one, we were educated about how important we are. And then number two, that I could find resources leveraging the clients that I work with to really help out. And what I mean by that is, when I launched Latina Meetup, for example, in 2018, I made everything free. Everything was free. We had this multi-city tour of events where we had Latina professionals come in, and I had sponsors that wanted to reach this demographic fund these events. And what did we do? We gave free headshot photography to every single woman that showed up that wanted to have a new professional headshot. We introduced Latina brands at all of these events so that they didn't have to pay to be marketed to their demographic, right? All of that was free. And a lot of professional development opportunities. Again, all of it free, because I really believe that the brands could fuel that, could fund that, and we could have all of these resources for people that really needed them. And we did a bunch of like scholarship opportunities, and we give away a lot of free marketing to the community. And so when the pandemic hit, yay, in 2020, we couldn't have any in-person events anymore. So I translated that into, we started having Zoom events, but it really didn't feel the same. And then Clubhouse happened. And I got onto Clubhouse, and I didn't see any Latinos, but my brain was already like, the synapses were sparking. And I was like, there's something here, there's something here, there's an opportunity. So I just started having these networking events every single morning. And every single morning we'd get more people joining and more people joining. And the community ended up, being like 38,000 strong. And we started having events where we featured Latinas You Should Know, which Dali has been a great integral part of that, where we've interviewed Latinas that are doing great things in our community, whether they're an author or a speaker. We had the president of the Girl Scouts, and we had Dolores Huerta, and so many amazing people. And I just wanted to make sure we connected them with our community so that we could support Latino initiatives. We've done recruitment events to get people jobs. We've done educational stuff, all of it framed around supporting our community, elevating our gente, and giving opportunities and connecting people with opportunities, like what we did with the Comcast Grant Initiative. Those are some of the things that we've been able to do with these communities, always keeping everything 100% free, because I really believe that, the brands will support it.
Do you have a time where you felt that you really had to persist?
I've had my struggles, right? I came over here as an immigrant. We were poor. My dad was an alcoholic, very toxic childhood. I was the only woman in many spaces in my, in the early parts of my career. I would go to trade shows with like 10,000 people, and I was like one of maybe a few women, and definitely the only Latina in meetings. My gosh, I remember the first time I went into a board meeting as a director of marketing for a company, a startup that had been acquired. And the CEO, I guess he didn't like my confidence. And he actually tried to belittle me and asked me to order coffee for everybody, when really I was there to make a presentation about all of the things that we were working on. And stuff like that has happened consistently in my life. But I have something that I feel like it's a superpower, and that is my perspective. My perspective is, I am so lucky. I literally won the freaking life lottery just for the fact that I get to live in the United States and I get to chase my dreams and my goals, and it's all on me. And I get to bring people with me along the ride when they want to come with me, and if they're ready. And that's why I'm always trying to educate our community about, look, we're super powerful. Change your perspective. A lot is wrong in society. A lot is wrong in the world. A lot is wrong in this country, but a lot is right. And mostly the opportunity is right. I have 60 something cousins and aunts and uncles still living in Cuba who have absolutely zero future, zero opportunity, can barely make, ends meet. There are no ends to meet. There's nothing there. So that's my perspective. Every time I feel like something is difficult or I have something to overcome, that perspective kind of reminds me, okay, but you're in a position of real privilege because you have opportunity and it's on you.
Danay, what's in the future for you?
My goal right now is to continue to build our community and continue to teach people how to be influencers. Some people already are, they just need a little bit of help with the branding or whatever. Again, always being free. So my view is in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to have an army of Latino influencers that are going to be just doing great, whether they want to be paid as a creator or whether they want to be a speaker, but hopefully getting them to also continue to share the message that we are important, we are powerful, and we need to stick together and be unified.
What is one word that you want to leave with the listeners that they know, they're not meant necessarily a Latino or part of the community, but how can they participate and be a part of the community and part of our table and also make an impact?
There is a word in Spanish that I use a lot. It's dale, which means let's go. It's if you are passionate, if you're looking for a community, if you're looking to grow, to be mentored, to mentor, come hang out with amigos and dale. Just let's go.